Good morning. It is about 11 o'clock here in central Illinois. It's overcast. Can't say it's cloudy, but it's not sunny. And I'll take it. Got a little cool breeze blowing, enjoying that. I'm going to be hoeing the beans and peas in a little bit, getting the grass out of it. The grass is going to overtake it, and I'm very discouraged about that. I'm going to work at it and try to keep that from happening, but if it does, it does. Anyway, I've been watering the garden. We haven't had any rain. We've had temperatures up in the 90s, very low humidity. I've been watering the garden to keep everything going, but it's been a battle. That's why this cool break today is appreciated. Okay, let me see if I can turn this around. I wanted to give you a little garden tour, and the purpose of this garden tour is for my records, for my benefit, so I can see what's happened since last Monday. I have been watering everything, pulling a few weeds here and there. I harvested the Chinese cabbage leaves one day last week. It's time to do it again. And that's about it. Waiting and watching it grow. These are my hanging baskets. They were planted with something called flower rockets or whatever from one of the dollar stores, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, I don't know. And they're all doing fantastic. I can't wait for them to start blooming. That's my two little mortgage lifter tomato plants. I need to get them in the ground. They're tiny, but they need something done with them. There's Lena. She's my good girl. I got hostas that were planted by my mother-in-law many years ago. They're doing great. Let's come out to the beans and see what's going on out here. I planted summertime beans, summer peas, and contender bush beans. I've got two little short rows of each. There are my peas. And you can see the grass coming up, and it's about to overtake everything. I say it's about to overtake everything. It doesn't look like much. Oh, that second row looks really good. They're still coming up. They have a 7 to 14 day germination range, and today is like day 7 or 8. So they've still got a few more days. My peas aren't coming up so well. Let's see if I can zoom in on these. My beans, I don't know what I said. My beans aren't coming up so well. There's some of them. There's a couple more of them. They're doing okay. Anyway, I gotta get it out here with a hoe in a little bit. Get to work on that. I'm gonna be traveling for almost a week. Ed Scooter, my good boy, when he's not being obnoxious. Anyway, I'll be traveling for about a week. I don't know what to expect when I get home. My husband will be here to take care of everything. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay. This is my pumpkin patch. My husband put out this carpet to help keep weeds down. Maybe help keep some moisture in the ground. They're growing and they're doing good. That one has something growing beside it. I think it's a sunflower. I was just gonna leave and see what happened. But we got 5 little hills of our pumpkins here. This is an autumn buckskin pumpkin that I grew a couple of years ago. Didn't grow last year because we planted directly in the ground and the squirrels got them before they had a chance. But these are looking better. The autumn buckskin makes a beautiful pumpkin, great for pies and cooking and so forth. We'll see what happens. Let's come over here to the pepper plants and carrots and bok choy. This is a pepper. I think it's jalapeno. It's little, right there. I was hoping for more out of them, but we'll see what happens. It's still early days. These are my carrots. Same thing, still early days. This is a bell pepper. It is a sun bell. It's supposed to make yellow bell peppers. And I know that they have grown, even though it's been slow. I know they have grown because a week ago I could see the little tag there without moving the leaves. So that's something, I suppose. These are my bok choys. They're doing good. That one especially is doing good. Oh, and that one. We got some really pretty ones. Some that just look okay, but some that are really pretty. When they get a little bit bigger, I'll pull those leaves. These bigger ones, I'll pull those and we'll eat those, and they'll be good. I don't really care if it makes a bok choy plant like you see in the store, with all the leaves coming up. If I can keep cropping those small leaves, the young tender ones off of it, and enjoying those, it's good enough for me. Anyway, let's go see our other pepper plants, tomato plants, and Chinese cabbage. I don't know what kind of peppers or what. We bought 2 kinds, and they were the tags got lost. This little tiny plant has 2 peppers on it. I get to talking and forget where to point the camera. It has 2 peppers on it. I assume that that's jalapenos. And these, see, that one's different. These are Hungarian wax pepper plants. If it doesn't have a pepper on it, I have no way of knowing which is which. My little green tomato, still growing. The whole plant seems to be growing, so I'll take that. And this is a celebrity. Same thing, it's got this, I can't even find them now, but there's 2 little green, there it is. 2 little green tomatoes in there. Just keep watering them and see what happens, I suppose. These are my onions. I'm really happy about my onions. They seem to be doing well. Oh, that one. Oh, look. Yeah. I was thinking that about July would be time to ring them. Some of them might needed that a little bit earlier. We'll see how they do. I want to make sure that I ring them so that they can grow up and make a big bulb. And I had never heard of that until this year. But it makes sense to me. A lot of stuff makes sense to me that doesn't make sense to anybody else. So we'll see. These are some more tomato plants that I bought. I bought these. They were smaller than the others. They're supposed to be the same type of tomato. We bought smaller plants, and they don't look as dense and as intense as the others. These are my okra, which will probably not do too well since they are in a container and not in the ground, but we'll see. And then I have my Chinese cabbage. I am so proud of my cabbage, so happy with it. See these leaves? I had harvested leaves that were that big or smaller just a few days ago, and now they've all grown back. I'll have to harvest it again this afternoon. And maybe take some more pictures to show how I harvest them. See, the big leaves are gone. I mean, they're big, but they'll be gone this afternoon. That looks so good. And, you know, I don't like cabbage. I'm not a cabbage eater. But Chinese cabbage I like. Chinese cabbage is, and regular cabbage too, when it's young and tender, and when you don't boil it or cook it to death, it's pretty good. I like to get it and I cook up my meat with some seasoning and the onions and whatever else I want to put in it. A little bit of sauce in it. And the sauce may be soy sauce, or it may be a little bit of butter and olive oil, or it may be whatever. But then at the last minute, put the chopped up cabbage leaves on top of it and let it wilt just a little bit. And then it's awesome. Eat that over rice, and there's not anything better. Well, I could probably think of a few things better, but it would be hard to think of them now. Anyway, I'm going to stop this and maybe come back later this evening and show you what else I've done today. Bye. Okay, I have harvested the cabbage. You see, it's much smaller than it was earlier. I expect in a couple of days you won't be able to tell the difference again. That's what I'm hoping anyway. And got a pretty big batch. It's more than enough for one meal, and we will enjoy it. Also, let me see if I can stop this. Also, I transplanted the okra. It's in the garden. I had 4 little rows, 2 rows of beans, 2 rows of peas. It was 4 plants, except it's more than 4 plants because there's like 2 in each pot, each container. So that's why it was filling up so fast. So each group of them, 4 groups, probably 2 plants each, are at the end of each row in the garden. We'll see what happens to them. I gave them a little bit of fertilizer and gave them a little water. That's all you can do. Anyway, that's it for today. Bye-bye.